Hey there, this is Aurora with Supercharged Science, and I thought we'd go for a walk through the park. See how pretty it is today? And I just wanted to answer a couple of questions that have been coming in quite a lot about parents. And so the biggest complaints I've been hearing from parents lately, they'll either call or email or message or something. There's a lot of ways to get in touch with each other today. And the top 3 complaints are this, and they pretty much boil down to the same thing. It's how do I get my kids to do their science lessons? How do I get my kids to study on their own? How do I get my kids not to roll their eyes and throw a tantrum? How do I get them interested to learn? And so just wanted to answer that really quick. If you like this and you want more, again, my name's Aurora with Supercharged Science. You can go get my free homeschooling guidebook at superchargedscience.com. And we are on a walk. See, we're taking a nice little hike. Isn't it pretty? So I live in sunny California. It's 70 degrees year round. Want to come visit? I would love it. Go out for an ice cream or something. If you ever come to San Luis Obispo, it'll be my treat. Okay. So how do you get your kids interested and excited about what it is you're studying? Whether it's science or whether it's anything else, and interested enough where they can do their own lesson and they're curious about it on their own, and you're not like trying to push a freight train up a hill, but you've lit that fire inside of them and they roll out of bed and they can't wait. They've already started their lessons without you. Wouldn't that be amazing? And so I thought about it and I thought, okay, so in order to do that, a couple of key things need to happen. Thing number 1, kids need to be trained. They need to have, you have to train them ahead of time. Just like if you want your kids to make their beds in the morning, you can't just say, make your bed in the morning and give them absolutely no training. You have to do it alongside them. So with science, what that means, we're going into sunlight now. What that means is that you are sitting down with them, working through the experiments, showing them the best practices, how to do it. So you're the master teacher and you're showing them how to do science. And you're not just cramming a bunch of factoids down their throat. What you're doing is you're teaching them how to observe the world around them, get curious, be excited about what's around them, and how to ask questions. You're teaching them how to keep a science journal. You are giving them a structure and a framework, right? So all those things have to happen. And again, it's training. This isn't going to happen overnight. So if you want your kids to do their lesson, you have to give them the framework. And if you'd like an easy way to do this, by the way, there is complete instructions. You don't even have to submit your email. You just go to superchargedscience.com/journal. And those are my personal notes. I made like 3 videos on that page that show you step by step how to actually keep a science journal. That when I was teaching mechanical engineering at the university, it was instructions on how to do that. So those instructions are there, so you might as well train them now how to do it, so you don't have to relearn some bad techniques from keeping science journals. This is the way real scientists and engineers do it. So you go to superchargedscience.com/journal, and you can totally look at that and implement that. Okay, so step number 1, you need to train them. And then after a little while, you start to give them pieces to do on their own. This is that personal responsibility that starts to come in. Yeah, now we're on the other side of the park. What do you think? Isn't it pretty? Okay, so this means that now it's their job to read the directions to you, or now it's their job to read through the instructions and gather all the materials, get everything ready, and then you show up. So step by step, you're incrementally handing them a little bit more to do every day, so it's not all on you every single time. A lot of parents are surprised when they try to give their kids their science. They'll give their kids like this amazing science kit, and they'll say, do this, and the kid does like 3 experiments, and then he's like, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. And the parents are like, why not? I just spent like $1,000 on this whatever science project, right? And well, there was no training that went with that. There's no magic box. you have to role model the behavior you want to see in your kids. So when it comes to science, you can start to implement small bits. So you can have them start to do their journal on their own. You can have them start to do their small pieces of the experiment on their own. And then you check in. So you're not going to abdicate this at all. So once you've got them incrementally doing a little bit more each and every time, then you start to check in with them, and at the end of the day you say, hey, how'd you do in math today? Tell me about science. And your kids are turning around and teaching it back to you, and that's ultimately what you want, right? Because you're not going to be their teacher forever. You want something that's sustainable long term. And honestly, they may get interested in things that you may not have an interest in or ability to teach. A lot of people are not qualified to teach electronics or chemistry or rocket science. And if that's what they're wanting to learn about, you got to teach them how they can learn on their own. So again, if you like this and you want more, you want to go to superchargedscience.com. If you go to /journal, there's step-by-step video instructions on how to keep that journal framework. A couple other quick things that are really important to keep in mind is a lot of homeschool parents, if they do science at all, a lot of them admit, we just don't do science. I don't know why they tell me in a science company, but they tell me about it anyway. But the ones that do it, they'll go one of two ways. They'll either, number one, they'll get a science kit and work through it. And the problem there is what's missing from science kits, actually what's there in science kits is the problem is they'll do step 1, step 2, step 3, and then the science kit will tell them, and expect this answer. And I don't know about you, but no scientist in their right mind is going to do an experiment they already know the answer to. So a science kit is more like a recipe book, and that's not science. So science is asking questions, getting back answers, designing experiments to get those questions answered. It's how you handle new stuff. It's a way of thinking, and we do that through experimentation. So that's what's missing. So then some parents that don't go down the science kit path, they'll go down the science curriculum path, and they'll get these really shiny textbooks with these beautiful problems in there, and they'll get answer keys. But the problem there is that's not what science is. They'll crack open the book, and then they'll be surprised their kid's not really excited. I mean, not a lot of kids get excited about reading a textbook. And most of those textbooks don't have really good science experiments. And actually, if you've looked through as many as I have in science textbooks, most of them have the same experiment. And it's like they all pull from the 50 most boring science experiments ever made, and they all put those in their science textbooks. And so you've got that going on too, and that's not inspiring. So what do? Have you ever had a teacher that really made an impression on you? One that you still remember now, decades later? Right, me too. So that's the experience you want for your kids. You want someone that, you may not even remember what this teacher told you, but you remember how they made you feel. And you remember how they made you feel inside. One of the best compliments I get from kids is when I hear, "Hey, I feel smart in your class." And it's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, right? That's beautiful. Or, I feel like I can get it. When Aurora's up there, I know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start to cry. So you want to instill, oh wait, hang on, we're going over a really icky looking river here. It's late fall, right? Or early fall, so none of the spring rivers are growing. Okay, there we go. Here. That's what we just crossed. Okay, so you want that experience for your kids. You want them to be inspired. You want them to be excited and passionate. You want to find teachers like that, role models, heroes for them, so they can emulate that behavior, and so they can also, so they're excited, right? So that's what we're going for when we want to do science. So a master teacher in science is going to instill that. That's the unfortunately, a lot of science teachers are just going to do a lot of whiz-bang stuff, and that has its place, but that's not all of what science is. Science is about, as I mentioned before, asking questions and getting back answers. So I hope this has been helpful, and if you'd like that science journal instructions, it's superchargedscience.com/journal. If you'd like my free homeschooling guidebook about what you should be teaching your kids this year, and for every grade level, it's www.superchargedscience, and www.superchargedscience.com/homeschool. And so, it's getting a little windy here. I better go get my kite out. Did I ever tell you that the first times I ever taught a class and it was really windy, I thought it would be a great idea to teach kids how to fly? So we made these enormous kites. They were so big they didn't fit in anybody's car. Oh dear. And we made these huge 6-foot kites, and these little teeny kids were being lifted off the ground. I never forget that. So it was quite the experience for them. So they were excited, right? And I think 2 of those kids later went on to become pilots. So you never know what kind of impact you're going to have on people. Okay, so I'm going to sign off for now. I look forward to seeing you in the next class, and I will talk to you soon. Take off. Take care, everybody. Take care. Bye.